Hey everyone, welcome back to Whisper Tales. Today we've got a few wild stories from r/am I the Ashole, but this time, it's all about dogs, and maybe a few questionable humans too. First up, we've got a story from a woman whose sister named her newborn, a very dog-like name, and now everyone's calling her the bad guy for saying something. Who's barking up the wrong tree here?
Am I the asshole for telling my sister her baby's name sounds like a dog's name and now she won't talk to me? My sister had a baby. I'm happy for her. Her baby's name is Ruff. It's Ruff. It sounds like a dog. I thought she was joking and laughed. I was wrong. She asked me why I was laughing. I said it sounded like a dog barking. Ruff, Ruff? I thought we were laughing, but she got mad. She was angry. She said I was being disrespectful and that the name had meaning to her and her husband. They love an obscure video game character. I told her that she can name her child whatever she wants, but people will associate it and it might be hard for him in school. She won't return my texts or calls. My mom says I should have kept my mouth shut. Am I the only one seeing this? I didn't mean to be a jerk, but Ruff? I can't be the only one who thinks this could backfire. So I told my sister that her baby's name sounds like a dog's name. Is she overreacting?
And in our second story, a dad just wanted to enjoy a day out with his kids at a local park, but things got out of hand when someone decided it was the perfect spot for her unleashed service dogs. Let's just say it was Ruff trying to keep the peace.
Am I the asshole for telling a wheelchair-bound lady her service dogs should not be at the playground? Throwaway, people are making me feel like I'm nuts here, and I can't believe this is real. Last Friday my wife and I took our 2 kids under 3 to the playground in our neighborhood park. This was a rare Friday where there were no commitments as we usually take them first thing in the morning. As we approached we noticed there were probably a dozen kids there and 2 large labs running in the grassy area unleashed. My wife and I are like the dogs shouldn't be there unleashed, but our little guy was excited to be at the playground. So we continued. We let our boy run around and the younger one we put in the swing. Some parents that were there started talking to us. They are essentially one big neighborhood parent group and meet up weekly. I didn't know anyone in this group. My son climbed a structure and went down a slide. Once he was off the slide there were no kids on that structure. A lady that had the 2 dogs there, I still don't know if she was a parent, let the dogs onto the playground structure and let them go down the slide. I spoke up to this lady and told her to keep her dogs off the equipment. She told me they were her service dogs. I said, I don't think service dogs play on playground equipment. She snaps back to me, service dogs are allowed to take breaks. She continues saying that we are here every week and no one has ever complained. I say that not everyone is comfortable around dogs and tell her I think it's selfish to let your dogs on the equipment, especially when children are around. Some parents support her and said as much to my wife and I. She told me that I should make sure my kids are comfortable around dogs before bringing them around dogs. I told this lady that she was insane and completely missed my point. My wife and I left after this. We noticed a Facebook post about us, that we have not engaged, and it seems it's 50-50 on if we are the assholes.
And finally, in our last story, a woman who refused to dog sit for her parents and brother while they went on vacation. She says it would have been way too much to handle, but is she really being unreasonable? Stick around to find out who's the real dog here, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more drama. Am I the asshole for making my family cancel their vacation because I won't watch their dogs? My parents, 82M, 75F'd, if I would help them book a much-needed vacation. They also asked me to do the same for my brother, 43, and sister-in-law, 33, because they wanted to take a family vacation in September. My husband, 46, and I, 41F, can't afford to go because I am currently out of a job. Even though this would be the first family vacation I would have ever missed and it made me really sad, I said I would of course help. My mom even mentioned to me that in a way it's good because I'd be able to watch my brother's pugs and my parents' chihuahua. Here's the thing about watching the dogs. It's a 24/7 job that requires me to stay at my brother's house. The dogs are wonderful, but very high maintenance. Because of this, I have been telling my brother for nearly 10 years that he needed to hire a dog sitter. Money isn't an issue for him. I've dog sat for them 3 times this past year, varying from 1 to 5 nights. They paid me well, But I do not feel comfortable staying at their house, and I find the round-the-clock care exhausting. My husband and I have 5 cats, and we are no strangers to feeling like our pets are our kids, but we don't have dogs for a reason. Now, I'm supposed to be booking this trip for my brother, but he hasn't even asked me about watching the dogs. Sunday at family dinner, everyone is there except my sister-in-law who is ill. My brother was sitting across from me, so I reach out to hold his hand and say that I love him, I love the pugs, but I can't watch them when they go on vacation, and that he needs to get a dog sitter. I said it was just too much to ask me to be trapped at their house for 7 nights, and that I have been asking him to hire a dog sitter for nearly a decade. I even offered suggestions and said I'd help find someone. He starts to get reactive and says that they won't watch my cats anymore. I said that's fine. We have a cat sitter, but I pointed out that I asked them if they could help. They, on the other hand, didn't ask me. My brother finally concedes that it is a lot to ask 7 nights and 5 dogs. Excuse me? Yes, 5 dogs, because his mother-in-law apparently was planning to go too. So now added to the mix are 2 Italian greyhounds. I stay calm and gently point out that I felt this way before knowing there were 5 dogs. Can he imagine how I felt? He seemed to understand. By the time I left dinner, there were hugs and kisses and all was well. I knew my brother was upset, but he seemed to understand, and I was really proud of putting up boundaries. The next evening, I called my parents to see if they have heard from my brother. Apparently he called them after he got home from family dinner and was blindsided by me. My sister-in-law was just as upset as him too. They think I'm throwing a tantrum because I can't go on the vacation. While yes, that sucks. I told him my real issue is being trapped at their house for 7 nights. Now they are canceling the vacation because I won't watch the dogs. Am I the asshole for telling them I won't do it?